1, 2, 3.
Oh, baby!
Thanks for tuning in and watching Cone of Learning. It is part of the lecture series. Who am I? Dave Ashcraft, father of 4, constantly inspired to provide lectures about life lessons. And if you need to provide lessons to your children, I am here to help. You are about to see the Cone of Learning. As you see this, I want you to digest it. I want you to retain it. I want you to be able to redraw it for your children, or if you're going to school, you can learn from this one. So what you see right there is a classroom. And in the front of the classroom, who's in the front of the classroom, Cooper?
Me! The smart kids.
The teacher. And then they have a name for those desks. They call that the front row. And after the front row, that's the next row. And then they have one in the back. Cleverly enough, that's called the back row. And then if you are a back row person, you're always looking for something because you want an escape route. And people who are watching this video, you know who you are. You're looking for the door because you want to get out, you want to go to the bathroom, and you want to get away with things that you shouldn't. Let me ask a question. What are some advantages sitting in front?
You can get smarter. You can be the smartest. Smart pants.
Smarty pants?
Smart
see better.
You can see better. Anything else?
You get to know the teacher better.
Right.
And you can listen.
And are there distractions up there? More or less?
More. More. You're looking at the teacher at the chalkboard, seeing what the chalk can do, looking at the front door.
Contrarian. Natty Pie, are there more or less?
Less, I would think.
Yes, so there we go. You can see better, hear better, less distractions. If you were like me, you were blind in 3rd grade, but you didn't figure it out till 7th grade. You know, it takes 4 years in a row of D's to figure that one out. And somebody writing on a report card every time, seems like Dave has a hard time reading off the board, but he does work in front of him really well. Not a candidate for glasses. And there's also increased retention when you can see better and hear better, and there's less distractions.
Oh, yeah, for shootings.
And, Max, you mentioned earlier, opportunity to be the teacher's pet. There's a lot of good things with being the teacher's pet. Now I have a question for you.
Panda.
They also call this person a brown noser or
Charlie Brown.
Kiss ass.
or a kiss ass. Do you know what the difference is between a brown noser and a kiss ass, Natty Pie?
Depth.
There
One
is
has
no.
a brown nose.
Depth
Kiss ass has
perception.
Oh, no, Dad.
That's a good one.
Now, and you're practicing the skills of a teacher pet. You can build rapport and trust, which comes in handy later on when there's a question on the test that you misunderstood. And you go, you know, I really didn't understand that. It was a little ambiguous. What do you think, teach? And they go, oh my gosh, front row Freddie, we're going to give you a little benefit of the doubt. I'm going to take that question away. We're not going to count it wrong. We'll just increase the grade. Thank you. So when you sit in the front row, I have a question for you, Pie. What do you think the average grade is of somebody in the front row?
Like a A. 90%.
90% or better. And then do you think you have to study more or study less?
Less.
Yeah,
Sure,
there you
pay
go.
more attention.
Study less. We're going to say B plus or better and the front row. And then you don't have to study quite as much because you got the increased retention. Now we go to the back row. What are some problems with the back row?
Gold miners.
Can you see better back there?
You cannot.
No.
Can't see and you're not listening as much. You're talking with your buddies.
Cannot see, not listening, talking with your buddies. What else, Natty Pie?
Distracting, nose diggers.
Distracting nose diggers. There you go. And anything else back there?
Looking for ethics.
There's less retention back there. And you're hanging out with the wrong crowd. You know who the wrong crowd is?
Nose fingers.
They're a member of a group. You know what group it is?
They're a member of Nose Pickers. The Nose Diggers Club.
Jack and Abe Productions. Bam! Now you might see other members of Jack and Abe Productions. And you might not see them in the back row. You might see them right there. Bam! Because the teacher wants them where they can hit them. and you'll see that they don't put the jackknife next to teacher's pet because the teacher's like this. I am not going to let jackknife cheat off of teacher's pet. I'm going to put him over there next to a couple other knuckleheads and make them work for it. And finally, in the back row, there can be the contrarian. So a contrarian, if you're under the age of 7 and you don't know what contrarian means, the contrarian is the person who can get better grades back there, but they are just uber smart and probably members of Mensa. Do you know how you can tell somebody's a member of Mensa?
No.
Don't worry about it. They tell you they are. And if you don't know what Mensa is, it's the high IQ club. It's the top 5% of people with IQ in the world. I'm proud to say that I'm part of the 95% that makes the top 5% possible.
There you go.
Now, what do you think the average grade is of back row Bobby
C.
or Betty?
C average.
F minus.
Now, are you going to have to study more or less?
A. I take an A. I'll take A.
You have to study more. If you want a better grade, if you don't want a better grade, you can just avoid studying. An average grade, C or below. The title of this is Cone of Learning. So when your child or you walk into the classroom, you're going to want to sit right there. You're going to want to sit in the front row because that's where the learning is most intense. So I will share with you this. A year ago, I go in to do the art project at my child's school, and this is for my 11-year-old at the time. I walk in, hey everybody, we're going to do a little art project, we're going to have some fun. Oh, hello, Tucker, you're right in the front row. Looks like you're paying attention. And the teacher, what was the teacher's name? Miss Tremmel. She rolls her desk back in the back of the class, she goes, oh yeah, I tried to move him, he wouldn't let me. He drew the cone of learning for me. And I was like, that boy, Tucker. Here's a little Lego minifigure for you. Don't spend it all in one place, partner. You've just seen the cone of learning. Sit in the front row. You can thank me. You don't have to send me a check, but you can thank me for getting an A and the rest of the classes you had. You want to stay in the back row? World needs ditch diggers too, Danny. That was the Cone of Learning. Thanks for viewing this one, and you can catch other lecture series. You see them right there. If you like the video, give me a thumbs up, subscribe. I don't know how you subscribe to YouTube, but if you can figure it out, I love it. Be the first.
Did you really draw the cone of learning test? Really? That's funny.
Just to remember it.
Math test.
Then
Awesome.
You did?
Yeah, like